In this episode, we're visited by a young being named Quell from the Burbs, where they spawn eggs that contain small universes.
He's only 2 days old, but he's already omnipotent and multidimensional.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to learn why he's proud of his people's highway system and is, or was, a fan of my old band Purity.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Hitchhikers and Appetizers podcast, coming to you from Milliways, a restaurant at the end of the universe, and specifically coming to you from booth 42. I am Horatio, Zinn, ever expansive and esurient, and with me, as always, depending on what angle, just devastatingly handsome, Trellis Gardeen.
Thank you, Horatio. Wonderful introduction as always, and I'm glad that you have continued to reinforce to our listening audience just how good-looking I am.
Yes. I forgot to mention that your head is slightly too large for your body, though.
It is, but that's because of my eventual ascension to being on stage. And on stage, you want everything to be bigger.
That's true.
I want the person in the back row to see my good looks as much as the person in the front row.
And not to see as much of your body.
No.
To mainly notice that big old head.
Not that it's hideous or anything.
No, not hideous, no.
Proportionally speaking, when you're up close, it might be a little jarring.
Yes. Also, of course, you have to make sure not to nod too much or you'll fall over.
Very true. Well, I'd like to...
Well...
Oh, our guest. I was going to say,
we have a guest.
I was deferring to you.
Hello, what is your name?
Sorry, I was just checking out some stuff on the guide. Hey, I'm Quell. It's really good to meet the two of you. I'm a big fan, Horatio.
Oh, how unusual.
My whole life I've been listening to Purity, and I've just got to say...
You continue to live this long?
My people kind of like music in all of its forms, especially its difficult to listen to forms.
Purity is definitely in that realm. That would be the genre. I'd rather not listen to this genre.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I'd rather not listen to it every day, and that I admire.
You honor me. I thank you.
Horatio, did you ever think you might have a groupie?
No.
This is a first groupie.
That's why I agreed to do this. We're here on a school trip, and I said, "Oh gosh, Horatio from Purity is here. I am going to have to meet him."
Oh, you ditched out. You ditched out of the field trip?
Yeah. I just ditched on the trip. This is just like awesome.
I'm just curious. Where are your classmates? Are they just out somewhere else in the restaurant?
It's kind of a tradition when we turn 2 days old that we take a day trip to the Big Bang Burger Bar and to Milliways. The whole idea is just to get a sense of the whole breadth of the universe, while we're still young. And so I think the rest of them are probably I think they kind of get bored watching the universe end. So I think they're probably looking at the gift counter right now.
The gift shop.
Gift shop.
Yes, gift shop.
Shop.
Now, if you really want some fun, and if your parents gave you any money for the field trip, you could go down and have some fun down at the valet stand, because if you give them a little something extra, they will let you take cars out.
Test drive.
For a little fun, little test drive, yes, exactly.
A little joy drive.
Oh yeah, so like those things you climb in and you get to steer around it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Now, just how old did you say you are again?
I'm 2 days old.
Whoa.
Our species is kind of like a omnipotent, multi-dimensional kind of species here, and probably by this afternoon I'll be far too advanced for anyone here at Milliways.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was sooner than that, at least as far as this booth goes.
Yes, we will have to move quickly in order to be able to banter with you appropriately.
Okay, hey, I'm all about fast. We have about a 2-week lifespan, so this is going to be a really significant chunk of my life that I'm spending with you both.
Fascinating.
Now, during that lifespan, do you ever marry?
Yes.
The thing about our people is that we will eventually, our last act before we die is we spawn and we create a bunch of eggs that become other universes.
Ooh,
and
other universes.
And then we immediately die. And that spawning process, of course, is called the John Bon Jovi phase. And it's really important that everybody understands that we're the source of a lot of the things that you might experience in any given universe.
So you're saying our universe that Horatio and I are living in right now came from one of your ancestors' eggs?
Fascinating.
Oh, possibly, yeah, or possibly, with the way that time works, it's possible that one of mine or one of my classmates. It's so hard to tell.
You could be our creator. That's very interesting.
And since we die right after the eggs are hatched, eggs are released, we can create a whole universe and know nothing about it.
Oh my!
Well, I'm glad we're catching you now at the beginning of your 2 weeks rather than the end of the 2 weeks. It sounds messy.
It's very messy.
I'd hate for that to happen in the booth.
Yes.
I'd hate for Horatio to confuse one of your universe eggs for one of the appetizers and accidentally eat them.
Yes. Do you have any here with you? Do you happen to have some universe eggs?
I might have one with one of my classmates. I can try to get it for you a little bit later here. They're really cool looking. It's like they're full of stars.
I would love to take a look at that, sniff it, possibly taste it.
Is one of your chaperones possibly near the 2-week lifespan?
If you see somebody that looks like they have a bunch of like a lotus, where they have all those holes on their back with little things on them, that's how we carry them. We carry them in like holes in our skin. So if you see somebody walking around looking like they have especially bad skin condition, that's one of our chaperones, and they're probably at about 13 days. They're probably ready to go. And we lay millions of eggs. It's not like they're going to miss one.
Okay.
Do they all create universes, or do some of them just lie fallow?
Everyone, yeah, every single one of them. Every one of them will turn into a universe, or sometimes they're duds. Sometimes they're duds and they don't create a universe at all, and sometimes they're duds and they do create a universe. That's also a dud.
So a dud, I'm just curious now, a dud egg, could that be eaten and not...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely, and I don't know what the results of that would be, but you would have a universe inside you.
Oh my! I'm fascinated.
Yeah, giant gaping void of never-ending need and hunger. It would be amazing.
Oh, to have that inside you.
This is interesting because we have heard from the next universe after this universe dies, and I'm wondering if one of your eggs, maybe your chaperone's eggs, could be the egg that starts that universe off. We've had a visitor come back and...
Oh, very good point.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. If we were to get an egg and Horatio were to eat that egg,
yes,
the next universe could be inside Horatio.
Oh! Have a universe inside me.
Yeah.
Would that make me a god?
Of sorts, yeah.
They would just hear my voice. Possibly my voice would be echoing around.
Every time you spoke, it would be that would be like the music of the spheres to them, the harmony of the universe. Which for a person like yourself who played a harmonophone, would be almost like being a solo harmonophone player.
Is that possible? Oh my! I never dreamed of such grandeur.
Now, Quell, you just proved to me that you are a true fan because you knew about the harmonophone.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean we're omnipotent. We know everything. Well, I mean I don't know everything yet. I'm learning.
I was just gonna say how
okay, you know quite a bit, obviously.
I'm trying to learn it by day 3.
Yeah, How omnipotent are you? Are you just at this point? When does the omnipotent part kick in?
I'm not quite potent yet. I'm more omni, but I'll be potent. Hopefully by this afternoon, I'll reach that phase. I'm taking some history classes later and an economics class, and hopefully that will get me caught up with my weak areas. My teachers tell me that history and economics are my two weak subjects.
Yes.
Always difficult.
Understandable, though. Yes.
Also, language, that's also weak.
I think I see you helping us with tip calculation.
How are you in your art classes, physical education and such as that?
Oh yeah, art is a complicated thing. I really gravitate a little bit more to music because then you can just listen to it instead of do it.
Makes sense.
Do you have the adults trying to tell you what to do?
All the time, man. All the time. That's all day I hear. Don't destroy that. Don't take those beings and make them dance like you're puppets on a little planet somewhere. It's like, that's comedy gold right there. And they're like, no, don't do that.
It is true. As long as it's happening to someone else, it's comedy gold.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And what are tiny, unevolved planets for, if not to make them dance?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. What are planets for at all? I mean, you got your universe, and then your galaxy, and then your planet. I mean...
Yes.
Do people have a planet, or do they just kind of exist around the universe?
Oh, good question.
We exist beyond the universe.
That sounds far.
So, there's the universe, and then there's universes, and then we live beyond the universes. It's like a super universe.
Not like a suburb or something.
Oh no, it's a suburb. It's absolutely a suburb. Oh yeah, I mean we have suburbs, we have urban areas, we have rural areas, just like you do. They're just a lot larger.
It's fascinating. I'm picturing like this almost interdimensional interstate with exits and things like that.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. Our highway system is probably the thing that we're most proud of as a supreme species. We've spent so much time developing the perfect highway system. There's no traffic jams.
That is a feat.
Yes.
Yeah, there's exits almost everywhere you'd like them, and we were also able to design most of them around some of the natural landmarks in our area, so it's eco-friendly. Yeah, we're really...
Oh, well done. Well done.
Your species may be the first one to have never had to experience road rage.
Well, and that's why we consider ourselves supreme.
That makes sense.
We don't use that term lightly, and it's not an intelligence thing. It's not a we're better than you thing. It's a we figured out traffic.
Fascinating. I would brag about it because on my home planet of Connecticut, it is traffic is just a way of life. And the thing is, you don't know when you're going to hit it, when you're not. It could be that there were some vehicles following your vehicle, thinking you knew where you were going when you didn't, and then it all just gets clumped up.
And then the road just ends for no reason, and then it's trying to turn around and go the other direction is just a nightmare.
Yes.
But one of the most important jobs on Connecticut is the eye in the sky traffic copter.
Yes.
Because they're the ones that actually can help people. But unfortunately, they usually never actually fly the helicopter off the ground into the air. It's usually on the ground.
And if they are in the air, they get distracted by other things. Instead of looking at the traffic back up, oh, look over there. There's the monument to frozen food, to spoiled food. Or, oh, look, shiny object. Or, oh, we're hitting a mountain. Things like that.
I'm using my powers of omnipotence to look in on Connecticut right now, and that's really amazing. That's like a ball of yarn that got tied up into an entirely different ball of yarn.
Well, yes.
Yeah, like a scarf where you pulled all the threads out one by one, and then it's no longer a scarf. It's more like a glove.
It's a cat toy.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Ooh, good imagery. Good imagery.
You've been with us for a little bit now.
Oh yeah.
Have you felt yourself evolve?
Oh yeah. Right now I'm really starting to find that I am having a hard time looking away from any of the women here at.
Yes. Oh, puberty.
I gotta ask, how do you talk to girls?
Others that you might find attractive. How do you talk to them?
Yeah, like what are the things that because I have a girlfriend.
Oh.
Quell.
Well, we've all had girlfriends.
We've all had girlfriends in other universes.
Yes.
I guess
they can't come to visit. They can't.
Yeah, because their parents won't let them.
You've got a picture that strangely looks like it came with the frame. That kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I do. It was from my wallet, and she was in it. Who would have thought? What are the odds that the person that is your soulmate would be there in your wallet when you buy it?
That's how you know it's meant to be.
Yeah, and I picked it up at the gift shop here just about 45 minutes ago.
Strange how they happen to know what your girlfriend in the mythical universe looks like. That's wonderful.
I don't know. It's like I'm a good guy, and like they just don't want to talk to me. I don't understand it. It doesn't seem fair.
How long do you think this phase will last?
Probably about 5 minutes. But Trellis, you might want to protect that beautiful face.
Oh yeah, let me just shut down the booth here. I can't have you detracting and lowering my overall looks score.
No.
No, I understand that. I gotta say, when I look at you, you're really attractive, Trellis. Yeah.
Perfect skin? Yes. But this doesn't just happen.
No. Oh no. Certainly not an organic process.
No. It's as inorganic as it gets. I worked at the foremost plastic surgeon when I lived on Glandar, my home planet.
Oh, that's cool.
And since I worked there, we got basically, free nips and tucks, stretches and pulls, depending on, where you were that week, what you felt you like having done. So this has taken a while to evolve to where it is. Far longer than the 2 weeks that you'd be around. So I'm not sure.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I've had plastic surgery too.
Have you?
Yeah, when I was in my band.
You were in a band. Now you're in a band.
Yeah, I was in a band too. I played an instrument. It was a loud instrument, and
it wasn't a harmonophone, was it? You didn't play a harmonophone, did you?
No. Harmonophones, that's stuff that little kids like.
Horatio is childlike.
I'm way too old for that now.
So have you grown out of purity? Have you grown out of your purity phase?
Oh God, yeah. Purity is a thing that that 13-year-olds like. Or 13. Yes. 13, of course, being ours, not.
Well, yes, of course.
Horatio, you peaked and then now it's gone. So I hope you enjoyed your popularity with one person, one being of the universe.
I really wish I had autographed something during that brief span, so I would know what that was like. Do you have any younger siblings who might be into purity?
My brother and my sisters, a couple hundred of them, are probably listening to Purity right now.
Here, I'll just sign up some autographs and you can take them to them.
Yeah, I'll bring them to them. That'd be cool.
There you go. Yeah, there we go. Just take these, sincerely and best regards, and keep trucking.
Oh, I just outgrew objectivism.
Oh,
what a special time.
We got to witness it.
Oh, wow. How could I have thought that was a thing?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what other feelings you got to.
What is your IQ right now, do you think?
IQ is hard to measure. You ever see like a dial and like the numbers keep going up and up and up and up and up?
Yes.
It's like that, except moving a little slower than that. But I would say like 200, 250, 300, 375.
It's just growing and growing.
considering your people only live for 2 weeks, you probably haven't had to worry about things like religion taking hold, have you?
Oh, good question.
Oh gosh, no. I'll probably outgrow religion in about 8 minutes or so. Right now, I'm a real strong believer in pantheism.
Oh, very good.
Most of the time, by the time you're 4 or 5 days old, you outgrow religion.
No.
In our species.
Also, in the game room, they have now a miniature golf course.
Ooh.
You can throw rocks at other players and lovely grass. Lovely grass.
Oh, that sounds pretty boss.
You go in and everyone wears a bib
Yes.
with a number on it.
Yes.
And each person stands, they place you in certain distances apart, and you have so many shots to hit each other with a rock.
This is Schenectacus golf. Just so you know, it's Schenectacus golf.
That sounds absolutely amazing.
It
I would love to get around with a bunch of my friends and throw rocks at them. That's primitive and perfect.
Oh, don't just throw rocks. You have to do it special. There are rules.
Oh,
Schenectacus Golf has rules?
I did not say they were followed, but there are rules that exist.
Okay.
It's more of a guideline about how many times you throw a rock at someone before you run away.
this is something we don't have. We don't have sports or athletic endeavor. We spend all of our time on our brains. And hearing you guys talk about this, I see this as a big gap in our omnipotence. I mean, what kind of existence can you have if you don't throw rocks to a set of guidelines?
You've locked up my brain.
I would imagine your people have foregone sports because your sporting seasons would be very, very short.
Oh yes.
Okay, there's some truth to that. But wow, wouldn't it be amazing to just hurl a rock and see it land somewhere? Oh.
Especially if it's on someone else.
Wow.
Quite a feeling.
Geez, I feel like I'm being oppressed by my people, and I need to find myself. And I think the place that I'm going to find myself is on the Schenectacus golf course.
Oh, fascinating! You should definitely try it.
A golf course is a good place to contemplate,
Isn't it?
but it can also be a source of endless frustration.
For one thing, the holes don't make any difference because there's nothing. You don't throw anything into the hole.
I'm used to things coming out of holes, like a universe coming out of a hole on someone's back. Putting something into a hole is a whole new world. That's a whole new experience.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can throw the rock into their mouth, it is extra points.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Especially if you can throw it in there without breaking any teeth.
And that's the frustrating part, because you go out there, you get warmed up, and the first hole, you get it right in there. And then the entire rest of the round is nothing but frustration. You can't even hit the person with the rocks.
You're hitting lips, you're hitting chins, noses.
And you get so angry that you end up throwing all your rocks into a water hazard.
And then you have to go in there and fight the dragon to get the rocks back.
I gotta say, I've not studied dragons either. This is enough. I'm realizing there's a bunch of holes in my education. Even as we're talking here. And, initially I came here to fanboy on you, Horatio, but I feel like I've learned so much about the way life in the universe works from listening to the two of you. And I hope that whatever universes I create are going to be a lot like the two of you.
Oh, whoa.
I like that, but I'm not sure how the rest of the universe would feel about it.
I can't say. I'd be dead.
Now, for each of your people, Quell, everything you learn over this 2 weeks, probably different for each person. Does that change how the universes that you create are? So if you're really angry, do you create angry universes?
There's a lot of theories about that. And that's part of why, there's all of this, hey kids, stay in school, don't do drugs things.
Mm-hmm. Horrible advice.
Yes.
In our level, because if you're a heavy drinker or do drugs or use mind altering frequencies or what have you, the eggs you produce, the universes you produce are going to be pretty screwed up.
I bet they're fun to eat. Horatio, you need to get a hold of some of those.
I considering some of the alternate universes and timelines I visited, I think I may have visited some that were created by someone who ingested some really heavy things.
Speaking of that, do you guys have like I'm old enough now, I guess, like something like a pan-galactic gargle blaster or something here? Because
Oh, yeah.
Is this your legal drinking age now?
yeah,
Can we buy you your first drink?
I think that would be cool.
Yes, let's do that. Order up.
Oh, this is an honor.
I don't know. You may want to start with a watered down Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster. I don't.
No, he needs You go for the gusto, Horatio.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'll be happy to try the whole thing.
They have a pan-galactic gargle
Yes.
mixing machine over there, so they've actually upped their game here at Millyways to add any sort of flavor
Yes.
you would like to
Oh,
the pan-galactic gargle blasters.
Black cherry, lime, butterscotch.
What do you want? I'm gonna go get it.
I'd love something that had like a grassy flavor, like like the smell of fresh cut grass flavor would be kind of perfect for me.
All right. Well, I'll be back. You two talk. I'll be back in a second.
I assume you're past feeling certain changes.
I'm back. Here you go.
Oh, well, here he is.
Oh, thank you.
I was about to get it. We were about to get into the talk.
Oh, what talk?
The talk.
So I assume, you started being attracted to other beings
Oh yeah.
sexually.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I assume you know how the things work. You're going through changes. You want to do things with others. Not to be too specific about it.
Oh yeah. No, I'm well aware. They do cover that in our health class, and I did pay attention to that. Yeah.
Good.
Horatio, he's probably already smarter than us. At this point.
Oh, no doubt.
The female, of course, starts producing the eggs on her back, and the male fertilizes them.
Hmm.
Ah, very good. That's very. I love how wonderfully clinical that is.
I do feel like it's good for me to be drinking this because alcohol is usually involved.
Yes,
It usually is.
it's interesting how that seems to be a common thing with many cultures, that alcohol tends to be involved in the procreation aspect.
I think we're the ones that are at fault for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, because we give birth to the universes, and
I think that speaks to we were talking about. How you live influences the universes you create.
and it's kind of one of our shames. There are a few things we're ashamed of, and that's one of the things we're ashamed of. We wish we'd evolved past that, but it just hasn't happened. You can be a supreme being and still be a failure in some regards.
Perhaps the 2 weeks is just not quite enough. Maybe if you lived for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe you'd reach the point where you could move past it. But 2 weeks is just not enough to get over all that alcohol-induced sex and fun.
Your words to God's ears, my friend. That's
Literally.
Well, I mean, if you're omnipotent, that would be your ears, wouldn't they?
That's what I was saying.
well. I've moved into monotheism. Just moved from multiple gods to one right now. I'll be done with that though in a few minutes.
To do that, yes.
Now, eventually, to the point where do you ever look at yourself as God? Is that the moment right before you give the eggs out? You're like, I'm God, and
Oh gosh, no. I mean, we're all knowing and all powerful beings, but we're not arrogant beings.
Oh.
that's
That's
first.
strange.
We recognize that the things that we do are beyond us. We didn't create ourselves. We don't. Yeah. Anyhow, that's how high evolved we are. Is we've evolved past arrogance. I'm still pretty arrogant right now, but hopefully in a week or two I'll be. Certainly in 2. Hopefully I'll have out.
That serene state called death,
Yes.
I believe.
Has anyone in your culture ever tried to cheat the 2 weeks and figure out how to extend?
Oh yeah, there's some people that try not to breed.
Yes.
It's really specifically connected with the breeding cycle, the 2-week life cycle. The female passes when she releases the eggs. The male passes when the female rips the head off during the mating sequence.
Been
There are some people that just try to avoid mating.
Yes.
And they've been successful. We've had some people who lived 70, 80 million years. But they've missed out on so much.
So much that the limitations put on there.
Yeah, you miss out.
I assume when you live that long, you think, "Oh, I'll get to this tomorrow." You never do.
and then the next thing you know, 4 or 5 millennium have passed, and you still haven't taken care of your yard.
Yes.
You can tell the older guys because their yards are a mess.
I'm sure.
4 million year old grass is just a horrible thing to try and cut.
And you don't know what else might be living in there that might try to bite you or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's a problem. But you can always bite back.
True.
Oh, that's true. Very good.
That's our species motto.
You can always bite back.
You can always bite back.
Horatio, that sounds like that could be a good
Always bite back.
guide entry.
Oh, this is one of the eggs. Here you go.
Oh,
My
Horatio.
chaperone just shared one. I guess she was listening, and
Is that a dud?
is it a dud egg?
I have no idea. It could be a dud. It could be a real universe. She said, "Do what you want with it."
Well, it's delicious. It's delicious.
Did you put wham bam sauce on it?
Oh no, let's try it with some wham bam sauce. Oh, even better.
I feel like I heard
Even better.
the
Oh,
screams of
Oh, were those screams?
possibly.
I couldn't tell with
Your
all the
universe
chewing.
the universes have to
Oh,
hatch
lovely.
in order for there to be life in them, or is there any sort of?
Oh yeah, no. That's already a whole universe with everything in it.
So suppose we'll find out if it's a dud. I don't know. We have to put a microphone down my throat and see how much screaming we hear.
Or it's I think it's gonna be competing with your digestive tract,
That's true.
soundtrack.
I'll drink some more Pangalactic Goggle Blaster. That will calm them down.
Yes,
I gotta say,
that
this
is a good idea.
Pangalactic Gargle Blaster has really loosened me up a little bit. I'm
Nice.
That's good.
feeling loose.
That's good.
Why don't we after this? Why don't we get one of the cars from the valet and we can go cruising around?
Ooh, joyride?
Oh, that sounds lovely. Now, although that would involve leaving the booth, which is something I try not to.
Oh,
True.
Well, we could always take a few spins around the parking lot.
oh yeah, that sounds amazing.
We can do that as long as I don't leave the premises, I suppose. Put something down here in the booth to claim it.
Oh yeah, I'd be totally.
Let's
into
go
that.
take some spins around. Oh, let's go drive some donuts around on the golf course.
Oh,
Let's go
yes.
do that. Let's go do that.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
That's like making holes in a course with holes.
Yes, exactly. It's very meta. It's very meta.
You may not be able to wrap your mind about that this very second, but eventually, very soon you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Horatio, I think it's entry time.
Oh, it is. I'm sorry. My mind was spinning in figure eights around the golf course.
Quell, you said you exist out in your suburbs, but is there a name for them so we can kind of label your guide entry?
What would you call the
Oh,
suburbs?
our suburbs. Oh yeah, we just call the burbs.
The burbs, okay.
Yeah, that's what we call the entire area around the multiverse. It's just the burbs.
And
burbs.
I really think Quell hit the nail on the head with you can always bite back. So the burbs,
I think that's the entry. That is obviously the entry.
you can always bite back.
Am I-
Some entries just write themselves.
So I'll
you
type
know?
that in. And send. Lovely.
Well, I feel honored that we went through all these phases with you, from
Yes.
purity fanboy
Yes.
to I'm done with purity to your first drink.
I would love to check back in with you.
And I hope all the freeways you build, or all of the roads you build, end up here.
Oh,
I will say, may all the roads you build actually lead somewhere.
my people often refer to yours as lesser beings, but I think you've proven to me today that you're the real supreme beings.
Oh, that's lovely. You honor us.
You won't think that in a few more minutes. Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Quell. I have been Trellis Gardeen.
And I continue to be Horatio Zinn. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if a giant space monolith warns you to avoid its pet planet, all you have to do is exactly what it says. So don't panic. Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers features the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and R. Kevin Doyle Garcia as Quell. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.